Welcome class 10 to The Merchant of Venice, Act 3, Scene 5. This scene takes place in the garden of Portia in Belmont. So here we are going to find Lancelot and Jessica are engaged in a light-hearted conversation. I am giving you the introduction to the scene. So Lancelot is with Jessica, engaged in a light-hearted conversation, which carries on till Lorenzo enters the scene. And after Lancelot leaves, Lorenzo asks Jessica what she thinks of Portia, and Jessica replies that Bassanio is extremely fortunate to get a wife like Portia, and he should endeavor not to lose her. So see, at this time in this scene we can see how Portia and Jessica both are the women characters of the play, and how Jessica is praising Portia. She is also mesmerized by the character of Portia, the way Portia has handled the situation before, and she is also full of praise. And the scene is going to end with a little teasing between the two lovers, the husband and wife, Lorenzo and Jessica. So we come to Belmont, a garden, and enters Lancelot with Jessica. Jessica, remember, is his mistress before, when Lancelot was a servant at Shylock's house. So they are very well acquainted with each other. Lancelot is teasing Jessica. He says, "Yes, truly, for look you, the sins of the father are to be laid upon the children. Therefore, I promise you, I fear you." So see, Lancelot and Jessica are very well acquainted with each other. They have been living together in the past in Venice, in Shylock's house. Remember, Lancelot is with Jessica. Lancelot is already in Belmont. He had come with Bassanio to Belmont, and Jessica, along with her husband Lorenzo, has also reached there, and Portia and Nerissa have already gone to Venice to save Antonio from the clutches of Shylock. And here Jessica and Lorenzo are in the charge of looking after the household of Portia. So now Lancelot is teasing her. Yes, truly, means to tell you the truth. Look, for look you means you see. Jessica, see, the sin of the father are to be laid upon the children. Of course, according to the Bible, there is a reference to the Bible, the book of Exodus, where it is said, it is written that the children and the children's children will be punished for the sins of their father. So he quotes those lines and he says that, "I fear for you because you are the child of the Jew Shylock and his sin. Because of his sin you are going to suffer." He says, "I promise I fear for you." He's teasing, of course. "I was always plain with you, and so now I speak my agitation of the matter." He says, "Of course, I have always been very plain with you, very honest with you, and now let me speak the very agitation of the matter." Agitation here means my opinion. Let me give you my opinion of this matter. Therefore, be of good cheer. So you better be happy. For truly, I think you are damned. Because, Jessica, you better be happy, but don't be depressed. But the truth of the matter is, you are damned. You will go to hell. You will never go to heaven. Jessica. Of course, she is also not going to be teased by him. She says, "I shall be saved by my husband. He hath made me a Christian." So both of them are joking. She says, "Oh, come on, I will be saved by my husband." Now see, again there is a reference to the Holy Bible, to Saint Paul in 1 Corinthians, according to which the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. So Jessica is a believer now, having converted to Christianity. She says, "I have been made a Christian by my husband, so I will be saved by him." But Lancelot keeps on teasing. He says, "Truly the more to blame he. We were Christians enough before." He says, "Yes, to tell you the truth, your husband Lorenzo is more to be blamed to convert you to Christianity." Why? Because he says, "We were Christians enough before. Even before you being converted to Christianity, we had enough of Christians in the Christian fold, even as many as could well live one by another." He says, "We had so many Christians all the more. already we are enough of Christians before you were made one by Lorenzo, because we had quite as many to live well together. We were living together, already we were enough. This making of Christian will raise the price of hogs. If we grow all to be pork eaters, we shall not shortly have a rasher on the coals for money. He says, if so many people turn to Christianity, then what is going to happen? Because of the Christian, they will be allowed. What will happen? So many Christians will be eating pork, the flesh of pigs. And so, what will happen then? We will grow all to be pork eaters. So many people will be growing to be eaters of pork, because Jews are forbidden to eat pork. It says already enough of Christians were there, and now one more. And like this, the price of the flesh of pig is going to rise up, and we shall not shortly have a rasher. If this goes on, then soon we will not have a bacon, a piece of pork flesh to be cooked on the coals for money. Means because bacon is supposed to be the food of the poor people. Poor people will not be able to buy bacon to eat. Jessica, I will tell my husband, Lancelot, what you say. Here he comes. So now they must have seen Lorenzo is approaching them in the garden. She says, come on, see, my husband is coming. I am going to complain to him about what you are saying. Lorenzo says, he enters, says, I shall grow jealous of you shortly, Lancelot, if you thus get my wife into corners. He says, if you keep on whispering with my wife like this, I will soon get jealous, suspicious. He's also joking, of course. Jessica, nay, you need not fear us, Lorenzo. Lancelot and I are out. She laughs and says, no, of course, Lorenzo. To her husband, she's saying, no, you don't have to fear, don't be jealous, because Lancelot and I have already quarreled. We are out, we have already quarreled. He tells me flatly that there is no mercy for me in heaven, because I am the Jew's daughter. Because why have we quarreled? The reason is because flatly, plainly he's told me that for me there is no mercy in heaven. And why? Because I am the daughter of a Jew. Moreover, he says, you are no good member of the Commonwealth, for in converting Jews to Christians, you raise the price of pork. And she is complaining against Lancelot, telling Lorenzo that, moreover, not only to me, but also for you, he is saying that you, Lorenzo, you are also not a good member of the Christian community. You're not a good Christian. Why? Because in converting Jews to Christians, because you have been converting me to Christianity, what have you done is, you have raised the price of pork. And so you're not a good member. So now Lorenzo to Lancelot. He orders him, maybe they are feeling hungry, says, oh come on, go in Sirah. Sirah is a term which is used for servants or people in low authority. So he says, come on, go in Sirah, bid them prepare for dinner. You go inside and tell the servants to prepare dinner for us. Now see, Lancelot says, that is done, sir. They all have stomachs. Now in this particular scene, we come across the wit and the intelligence of Lancelot also, because this scene highlights that this Lancelot, who has shown to be an ignorant practical joker till now, he is rather a more refined jester, joker. Here he resembles a court fool. In those days, in Elizabethan times, children, the kings and the queen used to keep in their courts jesters, fools, who used to wear the motley coat. They were not supposed to be fools. They were supposed to be wise people who could say anything to anyone, and nobody was supposed to take offense. They were intelligent people. So here Lancelot is being rather compared to a more refined jester, resembling that cold foot over here. Because see how he theorizes the consequences of Jessica turning a Christian. He also reveals, we will see now, he is going to reveal his skills in punning the words, double meaning of each word, so that even Lorenzo is going to admit that this fool Lancelot has filled his mind with quite a stock of fine words which are ready to use. So see, when Lorenzo asks Lancelot to go inside and tell the servants to get dinner ready and serve it, Lancelot, he plays with the word and he says, prepare for them to make dinner ready. He says, they all have. Now coming to this line, go in Sirah, bid them prepare for dinner. Tell the servants inside to prepare for dinner. Lancelot, that is done, sir. They have all stomachs. So jokingly he turns the words and he says, yes, they all are ready to eat because they all have stomach, they all have appetite. They are all ready for dinner. Lorenzo, goodly Lord, what a wit snapper you are. Then bid them prepare dinner. Means, oh gracious Lord, good Lord, you are such a wit snapper, you snap the words, you swap the words with your intelligence. Okay, go inside and tell them to prepare dinner. See, first he had said prepare for dinner. So he says, Lancelot says, yes, they are ready for dinner. He says, let them prepare dinner. Bid them, tell them to prepare dinner. Not to be ready for dinner, but to prepare it. Lancelot says, that is done too, sir. Only cover is the word. So again, see how he is playing with the word cover. Cover he is using as a pun over here. And he says, pun on the word cover as well to mean the tradition of wearing hats. In those days, people used to cover their head at the dinner table with hats. And so this word has been brought out in Lancelot's response to Lorenzo's question. Will you cover then, sir? So the question comes out, will you cover then, sir? Cover, Lorenzo means to say, will you? Okay, then lay the table. Lay the table for food. Lancelot says, not so, sir, neither. I know my duty. Now, he is again playing with the word cover. He says, no, sir. Again, swap the words. No, sir, I am not going to cover my head with the hat because I know my duty. I know where I stand. Actually, in those days, people in low authority did not cover their heads. Inferiors did not wear hats in the presence of their superiors as a mark of respect. So he says, no, I know my duty. I am not going to cover my head with a hat. So now Lorenzo is desperate. Of course, though he is laughing, he knows, but he is desperate. Oh, yet more quarreling with occasion. He says, oh, come on. You are playing around with the meaning of the words as can apply to the situation. Wilt thou show the whole wealth of thy wit in an instant? Means, will you show your whole wisdom within one moment? I pray thee, understand a plain man in his plain meaning. He says, I request you, Lancelot, please understand me. I am a plain man. And understand the plain meaning of the words I am speaking. Go to thy fellows, bid them cover the table, serve in the meat, and we will come into dinner. So plainly he says, oh please go to your fellows inside, the servants, tell them, instruct them to cover the table with the tablecloth, that is, serve the meat, serve the food, and we are going to come into dinner. But again see Lancelot swaps the words. He says, for the table, sir, it shall be served in. For the meat, sir, it shall be covered. He swapped the word. See, he's interchanged the word served and covered. He says, for the table, sir, it shall be served. Of course, table will not be served. He meant to say that the table will be covered. And for the meat, sir, it shall be covered means, of course, meat will not be covered. He says, meat will be served. Food will be served. So, served and covered are interchanged. Then he says, for your coming into dinner, sir, why? Let it be as humours and conceits shall govern. He says, as far as your coming into dinner, sir, it will be according to your whims and your fancies, as you would like to. And with that, he exits. He goes inside, and Lorenzo is desperate. Oh dear, discretion, how his words are suited. The fool. Now, till here only, children. Let me complete. And in my next video, I am going to complete Act 3, Scene 5. I hope you are understanding. Try to go through again each word, each line, and the meanings, and keep on doing the extracts in the workbooks and come up with your queries. Thursday, Friday, 2:30 till 3 p.m. Goodbye till then. Stay safe.